Hey y'all, Billy and Michelle from Permapastures Farm, also known as my homestead honey, ain't that right? Yeah, not the best color person in the business for nothing. Anyway, here we are out in the food forest, and as everything's dying back, it's kind of cool to be out here late fall in a t-shirt. You know, everything's dying back, but we still got, look at these daikon radishes, and what else we got here?
Yarrow that it'll continue to go through the winter, and it still has flowers.
Okay, so with that said, y'all, the video today is going to be about the second ethic in permaculture. Okay, there's three of them. The first is earth care, the second is people care, and the third, according to us, is abundance given to the previous two. Okay, William has a shirt right now from Eric Cider that really says it all in a nutshell. If you want to see that shirt, if you want to get it, I highly recommend it. Go ahead to Eric Cider's channel and check it out. Okay, so this ethic really is probably not given near enough attention. And then especially as of late, and the reason I brought up Eric Cider is because he was really a good inspiration about that second ethic, the part of it that I totally forgot and neglected. Okay, in the past, I've worked a regular job while Michelle and William were doing a lot of the farming. At this job, just so I could stack up as much money as I could, I was working 7 days a week, 12, sometimes 14 hours a day, and I would do it months on end because I wanted to stack that money to get to where we are now. But in the process, y'all, it made me nuts. Your thinking doesn't work well when you don't rest. There's a lot of things that don't work well. But when I think of that people care, I'm always, and probably a number of you out there, especially permaculture designers, we think of it in terms of other people. That we take our harvest, like let's say this daikon radish or a number of the other things that are out here, and we give it to people that are in need. But it wasn't until Eric pointed out to me that, and this sounds profound, and it is, and it sounds obvious, and it should be, but it wasn't to me, that people care should start with yourself. You dig? Because it's like being on a plane, and they say, okay, when we get a low oxygen situation and the masks fall out of the ceiling, you put yours on first, and then you take care of the infirmed or the baby next to you, right? Well, we don't do that. And frankly, as many times as I've had to learn this lesson, I'm still having to learn it. And so is she, and so is William. William less so. He seems to maintain a little better understanding of that than either one of us. So in terms of people care, how have you neglected yourself doing all this?
Well, I think it's just you're trying to take care of everybody else, and then you just put yourself last. I mean, it's if you're trying to cook food and make sure everything's clean and you just do it for day after day after day, it just wears you out.
It does. I mean, and like William had to point out to me more than once, and actually he did it quite recently, is even God took a day off. And honestly, because I love what I do, because we love what we do, there's not a day or night that I wake up or go to sleep where I'm not thinking about all the wonderful things I want to do the next day, but there is too much of a good thing. And as of late, we've been doing a lot, helping out friends, processing animals. And in the process, we've neglected a lot of what we have here. So now that we got all of our obligations met, by and large, we can now take focus on the things that have been neglected around here. For example, our chicken tractor on steroids, it's still trugging along, and we're finding out just how much you can neglect it and it still work. All right, so all the things that got neglected out here, and there are quite a few, because when I give my word, I try to keep it. You know, if I tell you I'm going to be there to help, I do everything I can to be there, and so does she, and so does William. You know, at the end of the day, the only things you really leave, the only things of any value, at least to us, is what you got up here, what you can do with these, and your reputation at the end of the day. But then there's also this massive feeling of guilt because you look after yourself. Do you suffer with that? Because I know I do.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, because you take care of your animals first. Like, they get taken care of before anything else gets taken care of. So they're not neglected, but then you have all your other stuff. And then just at the end of the day, it's like, for me, it's like if I sit down for 5 minutes, I feel like I need to be doing something. Like I can't sit down. I gotta do that next thing on the list.
Right, and I'm in the same exact place. And then also where we start snapping at one another and we start misbehaving with one another. The people we love most, that's who it always affects most deeply, are the people you love most are the ones that you maybe didn't say please or thank you or all these other things. And it all stems from not caring for yourself first. And I struggle with all the ethics out there. To me, that is the one I struggle with most, is seeing to myself first. And then honestly, little things like I love to read, but sadly and embarrassingly, I can't tell you the last time I sat down to read a book. That's what I love to do. We have a lot on our plates and we have a lot to do. Learning is, oh my goodness, I enjoy learning just for the sake of learning, no matter what it is a lot of times. And so does she. But I mean, when's the last time you read?
No, the last time I read, I've got The Holistic Orchard by Michael Phillips. And I think I've had this book. I've been working on it for like a month and I'm on page 10 still.
Yeah.
It's taken me a month to get 10 pages in.
Right. And so folks, that's really the crux of what we're trying to describe in this video, is when you do this, I know maybe Deep South Homestead are the only ones I know that works uber hard, but still somehow factor in a little bit of me time. And folks, when you're doing this kind of work, you better do it because the burnout is real. Now, even though you love this work, even though I love this work, there's trees out here that still need to be pruned. That's something I enjoy. There's no aspect of this I don't enjoy. But at the end of the day, when I lay on the bed and I haven't read anything, I haven't studied anything, I'm taking a little bit more out of myself. So now that we've gotten, okay, to come full circle with this, I guess to say is, now that we've met a lot of the obligations that we've had to friends and family and a number of other things, we're going to take a little bit of time here. You might not see videos as regularly on this platform as we typically do, unless they just fall into what we just happen to be doing that day. Now it's time to take a little bit of something of a sabbatical, I suppose, and just kind of think about what it is our next move, and really take a break, something I'm really awful at. So, anything else to add to all this?
I would just say, like, people care can look different for different people. Like, it doesn't mean, for me, coming out here and like weeding or just doing a little maintenance with the plants, like collecting some seed, that to me is relaxing. Like yesterday I took down the trellises and the T-posts. It doesn't mean you have to sit there and do nothing. It just means do whatever you find relaxing to you.
Or what Randy Couture, the former UFC heavyweight champ, once said, it's active rest. It can be that. It can be that. Or in my case, I don't do enough of just rest. I mean, I cannot remember the last time I actually just took a time or a day to rest. So we're going to try to factor in more of that. And folks, I'm saying we're having this video because I know almost certainly there's a number of you out there that are looking at the tea leaves and seeing what's going on in the world. You're working yourself to death trying to get ahead of whatever may or may not unfold right now. And so are we. And then also we got all these other obligations. But at the end of the day, y'all, if you're not saying to yourself, you're going backwards ultimately. And that's what we found ourselves doing. So hopefully this video has been a blessing to you. Till next time, this is the Homestead Honey and Billy from Permapastures Farm. We'll see y'all next time.